Walang ligo-ligo pa yan. Basta? Alright. Aware na? Oo. Nabibigyan na? Oo, bilhin na. Okay.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the 6th Elizalde Navarro National Workshop in Arts and Humanities. So, let us welcome Mr. Lito Zulueta to give us the welcome remarks.
I welcome you all to the 6th US, medyo mahaba yung name, no?
Ayan, no?
The 6th UST Varsitarian Elizalde Navarro National Workshop on Criticism in the Arts and Humanities. So perhaps not too many of you know that there is a national workshop for criticism. No? So this has been going on for 6 years now. It started in 2009, and it was then, as now, it was endowed or funded and organized by the Varsitarian, the official student paper of the University of Sto, Tomas, which I advise. No? I'm the faculty advisor of the Varsitarian. So how did this start? Well, in 2009, we had thought of continuing a program on writing. No? At that time, naglapse yung National Creative Writing Workshop ng UST Center for Creative Writing and Studies. And since 2009 was one of the years in the run-up to the quadricentennial of UST, we felt na dapat i-continue yung at least there should be a writing program, a writing workshop na sponsored on a national scale by UST. So the Varsitarian thought of introducing a workshop, pero not along the creative writing line, no? Kasi to some extent, pinagpapatuloy pa rin yung creative writing even on the local level by our own writer in residence, si Ferdie Lopez. And then, so in order for us to introduce a writing workshop on a national scale, the Varsitarian thought of coming up with a workshop on criticism. No? So then as now, this workshop has been sustained, now as then, the workshop has been sustained by the Varsitarian. Why is it named after Elizalde Navarro? No? So Elizalde Navarro is our national artist for the visual arts. No? He was proclaimed the national artist in 1997. No? He was an art editor of the Varsitarian, no? And a writer. No? So he was a poet, writer, critic, and visual artist. No? So he was the art editor during the time when Lito Zulueta was the editor-in-chief. No? So after the war, si Lito Zulueta went back to school, and I think that would be 1948. The art editor was Elizalde Navarro. And then later on, si Elizalde Navarro, nagkaroon siya ng mga assistant editors, no? Including si Danny Dalena and Rene Boquereno. So ito yung mga, I suppose these were the glory days of art editorship sa Varsitarian. No? And then si Elizalde Navarro also became a teacher of fine arts sa UST sa Australia, no? Kasi for a time he worked in Australia. And then he was also a scholar critic, no? he wrote art criticism. No? So we felt na it would be good to have a a writing workshop devoted to criticism, named after a national artist for the visual arts, who also happened to be a very, very good critic and writer. No? So that somehow rationalized yung project, yung program namin. And what I'm very grateful for is that since the start, our workshop directors have been supporting us. So, and they are Professor Oscar Compomanes, asa si Oka, and Sto. Wala namang experience yung Varsitarian in crafting a program for criticism, no? So we had thought of getting, no, or asking Prichi and Oka to help us in to practically conceptualize the workshop, no. And of course, since the start, we've been blessed with mga regular panelists namin, no? Like, ayan, si Gary De Villes, no? Si Gary De Villes, no? Si Ferdie Lopez, si Raf Galan, no? And then Dylan Robilios, no? From the archery, and then si Rebecca Nuevo. Of course, this year we will be joined by international panelists, no? Na kaibigan din namin, no? Actually, the reason why we got Oka, kasi si Oka, when he went back, when he came home, no, we had thought of tapping yung mga protégés, yung mga estudyante niya sa US, no, and then these film scholars would occasionally come here, and then we somehow came up with a program sa UST na pag nandito yan, magsasalita sila, no? So since the start of the Cherry Navarro workshop, we also invited them to be guest panelists in this workshop. So they would include guys like Alan Isaac, no? Saan nagtatrabaho si Alan Isaac? Saan tuturo si Alan? Rutgers, no? And then si Robert Diaz. Saan si Robert Diaz? Laurier, no? University of Canada. And then si Martin Manalansan, no? Saan si Martin? Okay, no? And then sino pa? There were si Zach Mark. Ano ba si Zach? Hawaii o
Freely floating, right?
Okay. Freely floating.
Miami.
And then of course this year we are blessed to have the participation of this film scholar, couple, writer, si Fidelito Cortez and Risa Balse. Okay, no. And then of course, since last year, no, we have been blessed also with the participation of a very good scholar, no, from UP, no, colleague na Prichi Legasto, no, and then she is Rosario Cruz Lucero. She's the editor of the new revised edition. New edition or revised edition? Na ngayon, nasisip Encyclopedia of the Arts, no? So she will be editing the literary volume or volumes, no? Kasi medyo extensive yung coverage ng literary arts sa CCP Encyclopedia of the Arts, no? So this would be something new kasi nga the first edition, the only edition of the CCP Encyclopedia of the Arts was 1991 or 1992, no? So at least after ilang years, more than 20 years, no? We will have a new edition. No? And then, as you well know, may mga corrections to be made in the first edition. No? So, we're very much excited about this new project, this new edition of the CCP Encyclopedia of the Arts. We have also been blessed with the participation of the key, the father. Is he the father of Cordillera Studies? Si Delphine Tolentino, Delphine Tolentino. Nasa college pa ako, narinig ko si Delphine Tolentino, And then when I was able to meet him, si Kinder. So when I got to meet Delphine Tolentino, excited then, So, and si Del Tolentino has produced a lot of students, he has mentored a lot of talagang key scholars, and you will admire the dedication of this person na talagang sa scholarship and all. He's a real father, and he's a real not only an intellectual father, siya talagang he's a father in the complete sense of the term. So when you meet si Delphine Tolentino tomorrow, okay, he will be joining us. So lahat ng mga scholars na to, the fact that they've been participating in this workshop should somehow give us a gratifying feeling na may nagagawa pala yung Jen. To some extent. Kasi like writing criticism is a very lonely business, And sometimes you get brickbacks, sometimes people get hostile, antagonistic against you. And you know naman how sensitive writers are. Criticism can be fatal. So, in any case, yun nga, pinagpapatuloy pa rin namin to for us to have a good critical culture. Kasi to some extent yun yata ang problema natin sa intelligensya, sa scholarship dito sa Philippines. Pauna ko muna na yung pasasalamat sa Varsitarian, that has been supporting, funding this program, through thick and thin, ibang all of the budgetary problems have been humbly, gamely absorbed, by the Varsitarian, mga budgetary pressures. And at the same time, of course, I would like to thank yung mga literature teachers, mga members of the Department of Literature and Humanities before, di ba? Like Ferdie, like Ralph, kasi sila yung to some extent sila yung workhorses, And then I'd like to also to thank this year our workshop coordinator is Gary. I'd like to thank Gary for putting up the PowerPoint.
Easy sa Australia, bumalik.
Diba? Si Gary is finishing his PhD in Australia. But since he couldn't resist, turn down the invitation, the call of the Varsitarian and the Gen to help organize the activity. So now he's again joined us. So I'd like to thank the Varsitarian, Gary, and the commitment of the Varsitarian remains in supporting this workshop, and we find it very, very gratifying na nag-i-increase yung mga alumni ng Gen, and nag-i-improve yung critical discourse, and nagkakaroon ng interaction among all of this neophyte, emerging, or established critics. And for all of the fellows now, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. Somehow, organizing this workshop hasn't been lonely because looking at your faces, you're very expectant faces, optimistic faces. We find a very, very optimistic future for you. Thank you very much.